this guy like a yapping dog. Where are you fucking going, dude? This is our territory. Nice. Our minor clans are doing some work there. That's fucking beautiful to see. And you know what? Let's go ahead and start an episode here. A few things have happened. I'm probably not going to include all that. Welcome back again to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment's YouTube channel. Our channel is dedicated to all things Bannerlord related, and especially this Aserai Peasant Revolt. We had a few skirmishes with the Aserai. We recruited some bandits. And of course, in the last episode, we took Razih. So our territory now spans almost the entire former Aserai territory, right? This beautiful area is all of ours. This rebellion has spread, and now we are starting to push up along the southwest or southeast corner of the map here. I've been following this Khazate force. It's one of the four kingdoms we're at war with, but look at that, right? We are starting to get topside on the Aserai. Technically, our strength is stronger than them, our kingdom strength, but this is part of the reason, right? This is very temporary. I ran into a couple of these minor clans. They are both added to our kingdom, but I'm not going to be fighting with these guys, right? This guy's got a bunch of traditional troops. I have vowed not to use these guys, at least in our main army. So what I did is I've recruited these clans, but we're not going to carry them in our army. If they go out and do work, good for them. We'll basically consider them mercenaries just like they are. We're going to continue to stick with these units. Now, a few troops are sneaking in, but you can see all the rest are bandits, militia, and minor clan, right? We just picked up a bunch of these Calradia riders from a bandit group. We've got quite a few of them, actually. I think it was like 200 that we added to the mix. So I'm keeping an eye on this Khazate force. Give you a little glance here at Hugh the Hammer. His polearm skill is starting to move right along, and he is quite a powerhouse. I'm very curious where this Khazate force is going because, of course, they could take and destroy a lot of territory if we just let them loose. They are at war with, I think, 2 other kingdoms, so we're kind of keeping an eye on it. Last time I looked, it was the Western Empire, and I think the Northern Empire were at war with Khazate. I do want to take Militia Castle, just because that's such a good defensive bastion, and I'm looking at Vostrom as well, right? We're trying to add territory, of course. Our army is full, right? We have 1,000 units in our army, and that is about maxed for this campaign. Now, this guy hopefully does something instead of just standing there. We get a lot of armies in this campaign. For some reason, they just stand there. There he goes. He's at least moving. And where is this Khazate force going? They're sieging somewhere. Vostrom is very well defended. Militia Castle actually seems like a more apt target, but I'm very curious where this Khazate force is going. I'd like to take Vostrom, but maybe not when there's 1,100 defenders. Well, I was going to say, let's see about sieging Militia Castle. Of course, that Khazate force is going right by there. We don't want their attention. Now an Aserai force is moving in. The action continues, right? Our campaigns with this, especially with this strength and AI mod, fighting 4 kingdoms, there's no dearth of action. I've wanted to ramble on about the French Revolution, and I've only had a handful of episodes where I had time to do so, just because the action has been fast and furious. What does this guy got here? You got a bunch of infantry chasing after us. All right, well, we're healed up. I guess we'll just give this a go. This lapdog is obviously not going to get off. We will engage him here. 1,264 Aserai. The power bar almost favors us, though, so I like our chances here, right? Yeah, it's a bunch of infantry, almost 900 infantry. Traditional kill box for sure, right? Maybe even an exemplary kill box because we have all these horse archers. So it's a good battlefield for a kill box. It's not great, but there's some elevation as they approach. We'll be able to spread out on the ridges of this, pound them with ammunition. 3 different skirmisher divisions, a 7th corps full of horse archers. In fact, there's an incredible amount of horse archers in that 7th division. We'll probably add some of those to the 8th division. The 2nd Cavalry, again, I'm going to continue to use these guys in a highly unorthodox way. They're very vulnerable on their cavalry, so what I've been doing is putting them up in a line, using their cavalry to kind of break up some of the enemy ranks, dismount the units, and then use them in a distractionary square. Just sort of wave it in front of the enemy and have them chase that square. They're not terrible on foot, but they seem to get absolutely destroyed on horse. I don't know why that is. Maybe they don't use their shield very well, or they're trying to attack. But in a square, these guys have done pretty good work, despite the fact that most of them are tier 2 and tier 3. And we've got a good amount of archers. We have 135 archers and 79 crossbow, although not every single guy in there is a crossbow. There's some other archers that just have a shield, and they fit into our crossbow division. So let's try this. We'll just stick to second corps a little bit more, right about there. 70 guys. That's good. Look how many horse archers I have. I'm definitely going to be able to divide these over the 7th and 8th Corps. One horse archer division is just going to be a mobile archer division. That's so many. I mean, you don't even normally want that many units in one division because it just gets really chaotically compacted. But I'm going to be able to swivel these guys around. Let's give them Ara as a captain. And she's an outstanding captain for a situation like this. I'll be able to swivel these guys around their big infantry block and just pound them from behind. Classic Khazate tactics here. Even though we're bandits, these minor clans have joined us. Some of these minor clans have joined us, and we're going to be able to do some real work here. I mean, if you count javelins, I would say 90% of our army has some kind of throwing weapon. Either the looters are throwing their turds, or the horse archers are shooting, or javelins are flying. We have lots and lots of ranged weapons. And of course, friends of the channel know that I think ranged weapons are one of the most powerful tools in Bannerlord. Of course, you got to execute correctly. Going to just stick the 8th Corps way off to the side to attempt to trap any horse archers that come in. We're going to move our infantry lines up here basically as bait for their main infantry ball. But obviously what we want to start doing eventually is kiting. As the enemy gets closer, we will move units back. I'm going to try to pre-kite a little bit better here. I've been getting used to the fact that our infantry is slow, and that's because, of course, they're like tier 3, tier 4. If you're used to a bunch of tier 5 not units, tier 5 and companions, your units don't kite very well. They kite really well because they move quickly. But these low-level units just don't kite very well. All right, let's go ahead and counter these horse archers here with a little charge by the 8th Corps. These are our best cavalry, which is not saying that much, right? We can get some glaive practice on this lord. Jesus. Die. I slashed her like 5 times and she didn't die. Well, yeah, that's the bonuses we've given to the AI here, right? They really add up in a battle. And of course, my polearm skill is not good. It's a fast polearm too, so it's not massive damage. It will eventually. All right, so here comes their main vanguard coming in. Let's push the 2nd Corps off to the side. You can already see them coming into a hail of darts. Over on this side, of course, we've got the horse archers to slide in behind the enemy. I talked about that a second ago. We're just going to basically stick this mobile horse archer division right behind the enemy. Shit, let's get this 1st and 5th division pushed back hard. Those guys might even get caught up a little bit. Over on the far side there, the third skirmishers can start pelting them. Over here we can slide in the 6th division as well. I'm dragging this cav division. They're kind of getting in the way. This 8th Corps. It is kind of breaking up the enemy lines, but they're definitely going to be getting killed en masse too, right? These are highly unarmored horses. In this case, though, it did help to get our skirmishers out, so there's dual benefit. No, don't charge. Just stand there. I just want all these javelin units, lake rats and Skolder Broda and brigands, throwing their javelins, right? Just working at range. When you don't have a lot of armor, you don't want to fucking get hand-to-hand with the enemy. We're going to whittle down this 400 infantry until it's nice and shot full of holes. How did I hit our one allied troop in there? You got to admit, I am good at killing our guys. I mean, that was an amazing shot. There was one allied troop in that whole mass of the enemy, and I smoked him in the face. All right, let's start closing in the gap here on both sides. The skirmishers on both ends, the 3rd and the 6th, these guys can start to pinch in, but I don't want them attacking yet, right? We're just going to drag this 2nd division across in front of the enemy's face, hope it baits them a little bit, and then we can slowly move in here. They're under just an absolute hail of arrows. Get back, boys. Yeah, Yeah, these guys just don't move as fast as I want them to. But they're getting away, right? We're just going to push them all the way over this ridge. Over here we have the 3rd Corps, and they are boring in. Let's get them back a little bit. These skirmishers you really can use engage, but only if the surrounding environment is correct. Otherwise, if you use F1, F4, they will do weird things like fucking charge the enemy when you don't want them to, right? I don't want our troops charging here. We're getting levels. I'm smoking again, like the one troop of ours that's in that mass. I mean, it's actually the 2nd Corps. But I think this division is thoroughly softened up now, right? This infantry has been pounded now for about 3 minutes. The death spam is just fizzing. Again, I'm smoking our own troops. It's pretty awesome. You could just give me the award, right? I'm the best player on YouTube at killing our own troops. Let's move this first over to the side, and I think we're ready here. We can back this square out. In fact, unfortunately, there's archer reinforcements being brought into that, but now the 1st, 3rd, 6th, 8th, and 2nd all can charge at the same time. The enemy's they're trying to fucking regroup. I don't think any of you bitches are getting out of here. There's a horse archer division behind him. That guy took a javelin to the head right in front of me. And I think that's it. I think they're all gone. There's like 3 guys that are left. And a classic kill box there. That enemy got systematically annihilated. All right, let's not go crazy here. They've got a bunch of reinforcements coming up, and we don't need to suffer 200 casualties at the end of the battle, so we'll send both cab wings off to the far left. Infantry divisions facing the enemy. We will do just a little bit of jav work here, a little bit of archer work, and then we will have an all charge. We're not going to go ahead and have a whole secondary kill box here, partly because a lot of our javelin guys are out of javelins, right? When I look in here, I don't actually see a lot of javelins sticking out of their backs. We expelled them all already, right? It's into the flesh of that first group. But the enemy has now walked right into the center of a trap. F1, F3, all the different divisions just pour in here, and maybe they'll get 20 kills there. The rest of them are going to get liquidated. Of course, these are lower level troops. They do have some archers shooting at us, but that's going to be very short-lived. Charge these bitches. Horses are getting obliterated and their shields flying. All that's left now are the peasants, which is perfect. We can get a little bit of farming here with our polearm, and the rout is on. Our bandit army, our minor clan army trucks along here, right? 1,200 Aserai forces, fucking, again with orders from their sultan to run us down, hang all the leaders of the revolt, and instead we capture all these bitches and make them walk behind the horses, shitting all over them. We farm a little bit of EXP here. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Oh, they're charging us. Good, we like this. Yeah, come get some, you stupid fucks. Yeah, this battle is over, and we will just fucking truck this guy and then speed this shit up. All right, victory conditions. I want to bring this up every once in a while. This campaign is probably not going to go 50 episodes, right? The primary victory condition is defeating the Aserai, right? And we're well on our way to doing that. The secondary is to destroy and defeat the Southern Empire. If both of those kingdoms are destroyed, I will consider that an A for this semester in Bannerlord Desert Banditry. The final test would be conquering the whole map, but I don't think that's going to happen. The enemies are just thick as fucking, I don't know, choose your analogy. They're fucking thick, and we don't have access to a lot of armies, right? Because all I have are these minor clans, I'm not willing to fight with them. Our army size is capped at about 1,000, and obviously that's a huge disadvantage in the very late game when you're facing armies of 3,000. As you saw in a couple episodes ago, we can pick up looters in very unique situations. But ordinarily, we're just going to have our 1,000 here, and it's also not maxed out because we don't have any tier 5 units. We've only some tier 4 units, right? A lot of our units are tier 3 and 2. It's just not realistic to be able to hope to destroy forces 3,000 big, full of elite units and Battanian Fiend champs with our 1,000. So this campaign may run to 20 episodes, right? That would be my guess if you guys want to prognosticate. I was worried about this. So we've, of course, left the homeland here But they're doing us a favor here by sieging Sinala. Of course, that also means there's a massive attacking force because the AI scales their attackers to the size of the force. Like, this here is curious. The Khazad are sending a huge army, and Lycaron's already under siege. So there must be a bunch of defenders there. That's going to be a battle royale. Now, I want them to fuck off so that we can siege Morania Castle here, and they're taking forever. I also smell opportunity. Actually, my nose is stuffed up. I can't smell it all. Do you guys smell that opportunity here? You know that saying, right? The enemy of our enemy is our friends. It's very tempting to get inside the city of Lycaron and destroy this Khazad force, right? The last thing we need, of course, is right in the middle of sieging Morania Castle to have this gigantic force of Khazad just come behind us and ass jam us or siege the castle. I guess we might have some chance of defending in Lycaron. But I like this option, both for chances of success, and this is going to be interesting. We're going to try to get in here to the Western Empire city and have a three-way fight, right? A menage a trois of war. We're going to join the Western Empire here in defeating these scum Mongols. Now this fucking guy, I'm going to try to trap him. We got our attack dog here. She's let off the leash. He just blew by us like a race car. He must have a ton of horse archers. I don't think we can catch that guy. Yeah, he's gone. So never mind. He's going to join the army. Actually, those looters might intercept him. Get him, boys. Attack. You'd love to see the looters just ambush him. I wish we could ally with the looters. Unfortunately, we're doing the closest next thing, right? You can't actually fight on the side of the looters. They always show up red. Because they're just opportunivores, right? They're out there just seeking targets to destroy. Oh, yeah. So there's two big Khazad armies here. Excellent, right? We're joining this shit. 2,600. Or 3,800 between the two of them. Actually, it's even more because that army joins 4,000 Khazad. Now, I'm going to herd these looters. I just said a second ago we can't use these guys. There is a way, though, right? And I've been slowly working on this. You can see the defenses there are ghetto. We don't have much good troops to leave in cities, but there's 1,200 of them, so maybe they can dwindle that force down. I don't think we can help there. That's so far away. Now, two things have to occur here. I'm going to keep pushing these looters. They're basically being chased to the city. I want the Khazad to begin the siege. If you don't know, of course, what I mean is in a siege, there's a state where the active assault begins. Most of you guys will obviously know what I'm talking about. Once the active assault begins, we can join, and the Khazad is forced to fight. They are engaging. You see how their numbers going down? The city numbers are going down. The Khazad's number are going down. So we can now add these looters, and we're immediately going to be able to bring these guys out from the valley here, out from the, the wilderness, and just they hold the door open for us. Hold that postern door. We're coming. There's 1,200 of us. I better sit up for this. This is going to be an epic fucking siege. 4,000 Khazad, and we have 2,000 defenders. So, I mean, this is the kind of shit we're trying to deliver, right? The kind of content that I love, or at least the kind of content that I like to provide. I certainly love fighting these huge sieges, and these remain very popular. So, we're going to break in here. We're going to lose almost 200 troops. That's painful. Hopefully a lot of those are those looters, and let's help them. 2,200 are still up and standing, right? Still a gimmick that you should never be able to do that. Just get the looters, or they're going in the back door and the enemy just doesn't give a shit. But here we are, right? It's Bannerlord 2024. Well, I guess it's 2025. Damn, I feel old. Oh shit, they're throwing us right in. I guess that's sort of realistic. So we just came through the postern door over here, and we got to try to figure out this mess. At least I have 8 divisions already broken up, or 7 divisions. Let's see here. My units are all over the place. The enemy units are fucking thick. Get the fuck out of my way. I can't even move. We do have the battle size mod, right? So there's going to be something like 800 defenders inside this city and 1,200 attackers. This is going to be gnarly. It's snowing. It's too bad it's not like a thunder snowstorm. That is a thing. I remember when I was a kid, there was a fucking snowstorm where it was just fucking thunder and crazy winds. But we'll take this. This is going to be very interesting. Of course, we're fighting with the ally here. Who the fuck knows what they're going to do? Although, one thing's obvious, they're going to get in my way. Look at this fucking traffic jam. Get the fuck out of my way. Now, the good thing is I see a lot of armor here. And I know in this campaign, we are sworn to not fight with armor, right? We're obviously bending the rules a little bit here. I can't move at all. In fact, I think our own units are in the way here. I told these guys to follow me, and they're directly in front of us, clogging up the road here. So a little bit of a snafu here. I think I could just push them away from us. But they're definitely causing a fucking medieval traffic jam here. This is how the plague starts, right? When every single guy's breath is just right on the cheek of the guy next to him. Yeah, you don't think there's some fucking diseases being spread here? I still can't fucking move. Get the fuck out of my way. I might start killing our own troops here. Alright, the Khazate are firing in catapult balls. Do something! The enemy's just in this gigantic zerg of stupid fucks. Assume some logical positions, you dipshits. I guess we'll just have to show them how it's done here. Let's get some archers up on these two different stairways. There's beautiful line of sight here for the main gate if you can get your archers on those stairways. I'm going to put a square at the edge of this stairway. Actually, let's just do a line wall, shield wall there. Let's see what's going on over here. I don't know this city super well. I think they might have a siege tower coming up here. They're absolutely smoking the defenders up there. You just see 80,000 arrows shooting up there. So let's do just traditional defense, right? A big wide spread out archer division, and then we'll stick a square kind of right in the middle of where that castle tower and the stairs come down. All right, we finally can move around here. The traffic jam is... it's no longer rush hour. It's just congested. Jesus Christ. And I fucking hate crowds. I've said that before on the channel. I fucking hate crowds. I understand empirically that I'm a part of a crowd, right? I'm just one of the overpopulated 8 billion people. But I fucking hate crowds, and I usually shy away from crowds, right? Occasionally on like a beautiful day in the summer, if I'm like at a market, it's not bad. But just going down the street trying to do your day-to-day business fucking drives me nuts. Yeah, I have no idea where my divisions are, so I'm definitely going to be multi-moving some divisions here. It's going to take me a few minutes to get set up. Fortunately, this is not a normal keep siege, right? We have all of this time to set up because those are all enemy forces. They are happy to volunteer and just have their dicks hanging out there, just being shot over and over, over and over again, right in the dicks. Now I want to find some siege, right? Our ally here is vigorously defending. There's tons of Khazate trying to get in here. They have a siege tower, and we have a fucking flaming catapult over there. I want to get over there. Let's see. I'm just trying to push my way through here. I had a guy tell me, you just swing your weapon and go left and right, and you kind of swim your way through this horde of fucks. Get the fuck out of my way. Fucking crowds. I might flame our own troops here. But first, we're going to flame these bitch-ass Khazate, right? There's about 100 at the base of the ram there. Oh, shit. They're blowing up the walls here with their trebuchet. There we go. Just kaboom, right? It decks a handful of them and kills 7-8 others. This is going to work beautifully. In fact, we can flame these guys on the tower. One more shot here down below. Beautiful. Now, some of them are leaking through here, but there's enough allied forces here to fight them. You bitch-ass motherfuckers. Get the fuck out of here. Damn, that trebuchet shot almost hit me. I just see a giant rock fly over my shoulder. Doesn't make you real comfortable. I hear screaming and yelling at the gate. Let's figure out what's going on here. I want some archers up here to get crossfire, but they're going to get smoked in the short term. I want at least one archer division in the courtyard, though. So let's see what I got. I got the second. There's a ton in the second. Let's split a few of these divisions. I wish I had 10, 12 divisions for this siege. There's all these dynamic angles in this castle. Let's just get a bunch set up right here. It'll be good support for the enemy at the gate, or for the ally at the gate. Look at this noble here. He's getting shot over and over again. And then I hit him right in the dick with the fuck. I hit both those guys right in the dick with the javelin. We're gaining levels. Beautiful. All right, my square is doing a beautiful job there, just holding that line, right? The enemy has zero chance of getting up that. They're going to get smoked with arrows. Let's see if we can get some crossfire on the enemy, right? The ally, or the enemy, is not up here, right? So we don't need these troops guarding down here because they're not, the enemy's not going to come up here. Let's get a bunch of archers right where I'm standing. I have these guys follow me. It's not great line of sight, right? It's a very short thing, short distance, and there's nowhere else for them really to go here. I'm sure the guys are like, use the scatter around mod. Unfortunately for me, the scatter around mod is not consistently stable. It crashes to desktop. I am aware of that mod's existence, and it is a good mod, right? It's the ability to put archers exactly where you want them to stand. These guys are fucking attacking our third corps, so we'll pound them with a few javelins. Get the fuck up here. Our archers are taking forever. Damn it, I just hit a fucking Sea Raider chief right in the dick with the javelin. I've got my dick hitting javelins out today. This is a special bag here. I got to stay under cover. The enemy's got tons of archers down there. Of course, it's Khazate, right? So it's Horse Archer City. It's going to be Khan's Guards o'clock. These guys are taking fucking forever. Let's see if killing one of them fucking puts a little fire in their belly. Get going, you stupid fucks. Now shoot. Actually, you know what? They're going to get attacked by this infantry. This infantry here coming up the ladder is going to attack these archers. I don't think that's going to work. And they're going to get shot. I was hoping they would stop at that upper ledge up there. This is not tenable. These guys are going to get mangled. Infantry is going to attack them. Archers are going to shoot them. I mean, they're shooting too. That guy just got fucking shot. Rolls down the stairs. Let's pull these guys back. I'm getting shot. This will be a little bit safer right here. We can just put them in a thick line. At least every single guy will shoot down on the enemy. Kind of shoot behind the enemy too. Holy shit. I keep getting hit in the neck. 50 damage to my neck. Fuck you. Oh, you know what? I see it. It's a sergeant fucking crossbow down there. Fuck you. You drill him in the shoulder. Killed his ass. All right, I'm going to blast my way through here. I want to see if there's any more stones here. I got you covered. I got a few more dick fucking javelin shots left in me in this battle. We've got our fast hammer here, Grond, right? Grond, the hammer of the underworld, of course, inspired by the Lord of the Rings, the Battle of the Pelennor Fields. It's a fucking great part of the Lord of the Rings, the trilogy. It's the third episode, of course, where Sauron brings his forces up, and they have this evil, magical, spell-entrenched ram that they bring to the gates of Minas Tirith. It's a great fucking, well, it's a great series. All the books are great. The third book is especially good. The ally doesn't look like they're defending the courtyard very well. I see a whole bunch of dead bodies down there, including allies. That side's okay, but I might need to micromanage the fucking front gate. I didn't think I was going to have to do it all here. I mean, I kind of thought our allies would defend the fucking gate. It doesn't seem like they're defending anything else. Look at that. There's Khazate rampaging through the courtyard. You fucking assholes. God, this would be horrific if we got captured here. I mean, I'm very perfectly honest. When I entered the city, I'm like, oh, we win. We win for sure. But you never know. If you have a dipshit AI, I mean, there could be a huge breach. Get the fuck out of my way. Starting to get a little irritated in this episode. We're getting blown up on this way here. I'm getting chased by Khan's guards. Well, help me. Look at these guys. They all run. That dipshit, he kept running. And he got like one shot by that Khan's guard, like one shot that dude. That was fucking hilarious. Well, Jesus, we have chaos down here. Let's get the 3rd Division. Let's get the 3rd Division basically on that fucking left side, or right side rather. That'll at least slow down the enemy there. Drill a few guys here. Oh shit, those are allied forces. I went from an angry mood to a funny mood. That's always the best. If you're gonna have a transitional emotional change, that's the best one, right? You gotta laugh at shit. If the enemy's fucking you over, if the allies doing dipshit things, just laugh at it, right? It's a fucking video game. If you're getting angry playing a video game, like legitimately angry, don't play it, right? It's not good for your health. This shit's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be recreation. Like these guys getting absolutely fucking lit up as they come up off that siege Every single guy is shot in the neck. You got these cons guards, I'm drilling them right in the spine over and over again. What is this, a cons guard parade? Of course, they always block like they're fucking wizards. Get the fuck out of here. What we got going on here? Where's my fucking infantry division? Yeah, I see you coming, motherfucker. I'm gonna fucking pound you against this wall. Piece of shit, cons guards. I'm not running. Run while we can, right? We're gonna fucking crush you guys is what we're gonna do. Now that they're not looking, I can get my licks in. Look how fast this hammer is. I mean, it just killed like 5 people in 3 seconds. Just bitch slapping them. Oh, shit. We gotta get out of there. I took a bunch of damage from a glaive shot. Where's my fucking archers and infantry? I called both of them to get over here, and they're taking fucking forever. Maybe I'm just impatient. I'm over-caffeinated, right? I'm seeing the world in, like, ultra-fast speed. I think that's what it is. I'm just impatient. We're going to be patient in this battle, right? We're going to just slow it down a notch. We've got a bunch of archers there. The enemy's all penned up down there. They're in a maelstrom. I do have the 3rd Corps over here defending. The 2nd Corps... Where's the 2nd archers? There they are. Okay. Those guys are too spread out. We can move them a little closer in line formation, and that'll be a little bit better. More guys could shoot. And then what is that? Oh, that's the 1st Division. Let's break that up. Let's get some guys in the 3rd here. Let's see. We can have 2 different defensive walls on this side over here. I can call the 3rd. I want to have them stay over there. So let's have the 1st and 4th come over here to this side. I'm kind of deciding that I'm going to be micromanaging more over here. What's nice is we can shoot the enemy outside here and the ones coming up that siege tower, right? We have multi-purpose. So I'm bringing these archers over, bringing over some infantry just to shove a big square right in the face of the enemy. The enemy here, we have killing with our javelins. If we're not killing our own troops, we have been mauling the enemy in this episode. Guys always wonder, how the fuck are you level 48 and 54 and these high-level characters? Well, you kill 200 or 300 guys in a siege 100 times and see what happens for you. So the enemy's zerging those ladders over there, but man, we've got this left side of the keep totally penned up. There's archers down there. We're bringing over a whole bunch of skirmishers here. These guys can be put one on the ladder itself. We can basically, or the stairs themselves. Look at, they're getting, the enemy's getting shoved off the walls there. Their ladders are crashing down. And now we have a whole bunch of archers and skirmishers here. This is a lot. They're just pouring up the stairs. Oh, shit. My computer's having a hard time with it. 80,000 fucking arrows being shot and shields rolling all over and troops everywhere. Sometimes it gets a little bit stuttery, but it looks like it's fixed itself already. I mean, this is really pushing the Bannerlord engine to its most extreme, right? This is an insanely difficult thing for the game to process. I have literally 500 troops on the battlefield. The enemy has 1,000. Our ally has 500, something like that. Right? And troops are running everywhere. They're swinging their axes. There's siege weapons crashing in here. And all the while, the AI for all these units is trying to do its thing, right? These archers are up here. It really does feel like a real siege. I mean, I'm just tickled pink right now. This shit is so fun. I mean, this is what makes Bannerlord great. It's a chaotic siege. The enemy's pouring in different locations. We've got all these different layers of defense. Little militia guys over here shooting his bow. It's just fucking glorious. All these guys are firing away into the packed enemy ranks. Over here, the siege tower. What's happening here? The enemy's charging. Charge. No, don't run, boys. We fight. We're not about to let them get to our archers. There's a noble here charging. Trucked his ass to the ground. Get up! How am I not hitting him? This motherfucker. There we go. Kill this fucking guy. There we go. Down you go, noble. You can have a seat too on your back. Alright, these are more of our archers, I think. And that's going to work, right? We have javelins guys down there just smoking them with fucking bolts. Of course, the cons guard blocks every shot. Every shot but the last, right, motherfucker? And we've got the enemy in a death trap. If we were tasked with holding this side of the city, I would send a messenger and say, do you want reinforcements, right? Clearly, I can give you troops somewhere else, right? So let's try something. Let's try a big, long line of skirmishers here with these javelins right here in this little lower area anybody that has a javelin will be able to throw it out at the enemy there. We can have them in shield wall too, right? That way they're protected from archers. And all of those skirmishers can now add to the mess. We now have 2 layers of units firing down into the enemy here. On top of that, now we have all this meat here, all this infantry being pursued pathetically by a bunch of archers trying to beat on their shield wall, and they have no chance. I can help these guys get clear and let the destruction begin, right? Give them a little bit of room to maneuver. Get out of here, motherfucker. And that's going to work beautifully. Oh, shit, except we just got hit with the fucking trebuchet, I think. I can't tell where the guys got hit, but I saw some death spam. That's okay. We got a lot of guys here. Look at, they're still being pushed off their ladder. Because they is fucked right here. And we fucked them, right? They might have successfully taken this city, but not with our assistance, right? The lord of the city's like, what's this? We've got a bunch of troops coming in. Sir, those are robbers and rebels and bandits. Well, they're made their way in. I guess we'll accept them to help us here. What are they here for? Evidently, they hate the Khazad as well, sir. Well, good. All right, let them in. Just put the fucking royal jewels away, right? Make sure all the fucking loot is locked up and shit. We don't trust these guys. And of course, that's what I'm thinking the whole time. I don't trust this AI. Look at this shit. Little tiny militia bands are charging the troops at the front gate. They're using no square at all. No strategy, no tactics. Just a whole bunch of militia just kind of holding their sickle at the front gate. They don't have any archer support. I'm certain the Western Empire loses this city without our help here. And with it, frankly, it's a rout. Look at this mess over here. I have no idea what our allies is doing. Archers are running up on the wall like they're infantry. Oh shit, squirrel. There's 512 javelins on the ground, right? It's like this, the Rain Man scene, 82, 82, 82, 246, and he's counting toothpicks. That's an old movie now, Rain Man, with Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman, but it's got a really good moral lesson behind it, right? It's a must-see for you young guys that have never heard of it. It is slower, but it's an important movie to watch, and I think you young guys could really do with some slower movies, right? It'll help build your attention span. You will watch movies that us older fellas, okay boomer, that we think are beneficial for you guys navigating this thing called life. Of course, you don't have to take my advice. Like everything on the channel, you can just do you. All the stupid shit we're doing here with tactics, you guys are welcome to just let the sergeant stagger through. That is the beauty of life. Look at their archers, they're trying to push in and getting strafed. The enemy's going to rout here. I can't believe, actually, that they're still attacking, because they have no chance. I mean, they are getting wholesale butchered here. Just clubbed over the head and smashed to the ground. I mean, they're just getting pounded. The archers over here are scorching everything. The skirmishers here are firing javelins down into their trapped troops. Actually, you know what we're going to do here? Let's fucking charge outside. All right, what do we do here? There's like 100 guys there, but there's a bunch that just charged in. Let's push some infantry down there. Let's finish this battle. You guys have already seen enough tactics in this episode. Once I start imitating the enemy death sounds, right? We've gotten to a boring stage of the siege where it's like, where I start fucking making all the sounds that these guys are getting mauled. That's one of my favorite parts of Bannerlord. Actually, those guys are going to get destroyed if they go up there. Back off. Let's go ahead and get them around the front door. We will pull these guys around, start to spread out archers, and we should be able to, never mind. The enemy is fleeing. Fuck yeah. Victory is victory, right? And this was a very low casualty battle. Obviously, the AI lost some troops. Fucking dipshit AI. It'll be interesting to look at the final tally here, but what an epic, awesome siege that was. One of the more unique sieges I've ever fought. Almost 800 losses? Yeah, but I bet those weren't ours. Look, we have 10 losses. We have 1,100 killed in our main army and 10 losses. Right, so what's that? That's a 100-to-1 kill ratio. We like that. That seems like a good number. No companions died. Beautiful. Volg, Oberon, where's the rest of our units here? I want to see how they did as well. 6 dead, and he killed 400. So, basically, our units were the boss here. I kind of knew that, right? The way we positioned them, we were kind of using the ally here. Not kind of. We were definitely using them as meat shields, but we'll take it, right? And apologies for this loud track, just fucking the choral fucking chanting rising to a crescendo. If you can't hear my voice, I'll try to do some after editing. I can barely hear myself think. That's the nature of a random playlist, right? You're going to get songs that pop up like inappropriately, and it is what it is, right? We will soldier on. But a near perfect situation for us, right? That's 4,000 Khazate just wiped off the map. Instead of that force coming behind us at Morania Castle, it's gone, right? And not only that, now maybe the Western Empire will start attacking them. Again, my enemies' enemies are my friends. That's exactly what's going on here. And even though it took us a day and a half to get here, it adds a little bit to our clock. We're going to lose Sanala. Hey, that's a nice little piece of armor. We'll take that shit. In fact, I'll just take all this loot. You don't need to sit through this. And it's back to Morania Castle now, right? A little auto-save here. And I call that a highly successful little side mission here in this campaign. And I expect those thank you cards from the Western Empire arriving immediately, right? We basically saved their ass there. If we weren't here, of course, it's just digital pixels, right? Nobody's actually thankful here, but if those were players, like if this is a massive multiplayer game, which would be badass, they would be sending us a thank you note. Well, Sanala's under siege, but they're not destroying the troops there yet. They're just trying to break down the walls. Maybe we could get home, but I don't think so, because I'm not coming all this way north just to help the Western Empire. I want to get at least a couple locations added to our array of defensive areas. I was wondering why we're moving so slow. I'm hugely encumbered here by all these looters. Thank goodness we didn't get a bunch of deserters there and lose critical troops. But it's time to head over Morania Castle. We're a little encumbered, but it's not too bad. Actually, I should have spread some of those troops to our other units, but oh well. The looters are plenty, as you guys, if you've been following this campaign, you guys have seen by now. Almost like every other day, we run into a looter band of 200 or 500 or whatever it is. And I mean, speak of the devil, right? I barely got the words out, and there's 700 looters right here. So we'll talk to these guys here and see. Of course, they're going to volunteer, right? We have the right perks, so that I think they if they're running, they will always volunteer to join you, which is kind of like a perfect little side detail of this campaign. Mess with us. Come with us there, dude. We got some, we need some cannon fodder. Cannon fodder was a pejorative term they used for like very low skilled troops. And the idea was that you were the people, not you, of course, but those were the units on the battlefield, usually conscripted serfs and very poor peasants that were conscripted and brought into a larger army, that their job was to fucking charge at the head and get mown down by cannon so that the rest of the units could close. It's obviously pretty horrific to think about that, but that's not horrific. Look at this, lower left corner. The Sturgeons declared war on the Khazate, and the Southern Empire declared war on the Valandians. Well, thank you very much, dipshit AI. This campaign just got a couple notches easier, right? The Khazate, they're busy now. I think that's Northern Empire attacking Sanala. I didn't look. Yeah, it's Northern Empire, Lucala, or whatever the fuck. But now the Valandians are going to be fighting the Southern Empire. We like that, right? Anything that keeps them occupied while we thrash the Aserai over here, thrash the Khazate, thrash the Aserai is good for us, right? I'm not taking this castle because I want to conquer Khazate. I mentioned this earlier. Of course, I mentioned this at least 2 or 3 times during the Aserai campaign. Throughout the map of Bannerlord, there are, I want to say 15 or 20 castles that I use to break the enemy like water on rock, right? You can consider them bait castles. I've heard Mr. Angry Goldfish talk about them as a bait location. And what it basically is going to be a castle that I want the enemy to attack. Now, if we're not nearby, it's not going to function correctly. But anytime that we're, oh shit. Oh, well, we're the bait, I guess. And this is Monchug. Man, you're fucking with my plans, too. He has an incredibly powerful army. All right. we can launch our attacks. You know what we're going to do here? We're just going to use one of the bad game mechanics. This is a bit of cheese. Some guys would say this is definitely cheese. We're just going to engage and assault the city here right before he gets to us. Look at that army. He has a doom stack. That would slaughter us. So, yeah, we can't fight that. We're going to go ahead and just launch into the siege here. I'm aware the reinforcement mod might make it so that he could join the siege, but I've experienced very poor results with that mod. I don't know if it's because I have other mods working. So this guy, even though he's right outside the castle here, we can do like this turbo siege assault, and he can't help at all. With the reinforcement mod, he might join the battle. I'm not really sure though. Again, like I've said, I've used the mod extensively, and I experience kind of erratic results. Sometimes they'll help. Other times the battles go haywire, and the system starts to crash, basically. I've had reinforcement battles using that mod where all of a sudden we had like a huge numerical advantage on the enemy, even though we started with a numerical disadvantage. I've seen very strange stuff. And, you know, of course, speaking of very strange stuff, we can do this whole siege here and take our time because Monchug can't help, and then we'll be able to safely reside into this castle that we attacked like 2 seconds before he arrived. It's a player advantage, right? There's a number of little advantages that are part of the game, and in this situation, given all the disadvantages we're already facing, I'm just going to go ahead and accept this as one of the few advantages that we get. Obviously the looters is a bit of an advantage also, but this being able just to siege this right in front of Monchug and tell him bye, we'll take it. All right, let's go ahead and get 2 different infantry divisions. But here's something I've learned just with experience, and obviously this game is so complex, so many variables. Hold fire, boys. 80,000 javelins to score 2 kills. One of the things I've learned is with certain castles, and this is definitely one of them, you want to wait for your ram to get up there, right? We've got the outside covered here, and the enemy can't put archers on the walls. They'll be destroyed. So there's no real imminent threat to us, apart from they have 1 fire catapult, or 1, maybe it's just a regular catapult bombarding us. Those are sort of acceptable losses. We've got some counter siege, right? So our guys are also firing, various counter siege. I think we have a trebuchet. See, there's their fire siege. They killed like 10, 12 guys. What I'm doing here, though, is I'm just sending a small division. You see how the 4th Corps is 30 guys? They're sacrificial. I want the enemy to defend. That way they get smoked. Just like what's happening, right? All of our units get to fire away because the AI will defend the ladder. And that makes them highly vulnerable to 700 javelins. We got all these javelin throwers down here. And those 40 guys there, those 30 guys, part of the 4th Corps, are sacrificial. The rest of the units, I'm just waiting a little bit until the ram is closer. That way our units don't get scorched by archers in the courtyard. These guys look expendable. These are bandits. Charge. Let's have these guys roar up there. Talia Willowbark is gaining levels. That's beautiful. That's one of our top companions. And the ram will be arriving shortly. We can put more pressure through the gate. Some places it takes longer than others, like this castle. It seems like it takes a very long time for the ram to get up to the gate. I'm getting impatient here. In fact, I'm going to join these troops here. They're kind of scuzzy. We've got that side covered pretty well. This side here, a bunch of weak desert bandits. I've got the 6th Corps, and what is this? The 6th Corps right behind me. So these guys can eventually climb up with us, and we can start to conquer this castle. I am going to include these occasionally. Later in this campaign, if there is a later, we'll see how later it gets, I will probably skip some of these and just say, hey, we took such and such castle. It was easier, it was hard, or whatever. I'll give you guys a 20-second recap maybe. I'm going to just kick these guys off the wall here. They're just holding a shield wall, but they don't have any archer support, so we're going to teach them a good lesson here. Oh shit, actually, never mind. Everybody stop. I want you guys to stop right there. This is beautiful. There's just fireballs here for us to fucking chuck in there. We're hitting some of our own troops, but we're just scorching the enemy. Just right into their packed masses. Now here comes some archers. Alright, let's go ahead and start getting units spread out on the walls here. I don't know if these guys are going to be able to get up here before these archers shoot. I'm going to try to send units through the front gate as soon as the guys burst it open there. Now I'm just trying not to get shot to death by the militia. I wonder if I can drill that militia down there. I like to use that line of sight, that first person, because, oh shit, you guys just made a mistake trying to go up there. Kaboom! Right there, like trying to get up here on the walls. Very bad decision. That's a lot spread out. Oops. We fucking lost our fireball. The gate is open, so that division I've told like 4 times to get in a square should be coming through the gate. I don't know where the fuck they are. I'm getting scorched with arrows here. Fortunately, they're little tiny pinpricks, right? These little militia. They're not hurting me much. I'm going to wade in here. Fuck it. I got an infantry division coming. In fact, I see them starting to turtle into the castle. Here they come, and we're going to charge these bitch-ass archers. I'm just going to plow right into here. They're all looking up like, what's happening? Just fucking cons guards and everybody obliterated. Come get some, right? You can get some of fucking Hugh the Hammer. This is how I get my nickname. Just a beat down for all you bitch-ass fucking Khazate. Just wading through their militia. Guys yelling help. Cons guards trucked. I mean, when I get open space with this hammer, it is just death to the enemy. They have almost no counter. Bring all these forces up. Come get some. Pound you over the fucking head. And, of course, if you get too much aggro, just start to move, right? Move past them, ignore those guys, and start to plow somebody else. Man, it's fun. Oh, you punk-ass motherfucker. Fuck, that guy was drilling me. Of course, my head is very vulnerable. The rest of my armor is actually pretty good, but my head is really weak. Oops, I forgot to charge with this infantry division. Those guys can fucking charge. And like a coward now, we're going to hide here. We don't need to get ignominiously killed by a militia archer at the end of this battle. But this siege is over, and this city, or this castle, added to our fucking retinue. And it's been an almost, well, it has been. It's been an unbroken line of successes. We have not had a devastating loss yet in this campaign. Acceptable losses, considering the difficulty, and there's almost 600 defenders. Retreated to the keep. Well, I'm not about to lose this shit. We'll go ahead and just process this real quickly. Of course, my health is tenuous, but I got a bunch of companions. We'll just blow through this shit. God damn, of course I duck and I'm the only one that gets shot. What the fuck? These guys are all trying to collect the bounty and shit. Fuck you guys. I got a sliver of health here. Fucking punk-ass militia archers. Gonna fucking throttle these guys. Alright, so we've covered victory conditions. You know, again, we continue to talk about, when I have moments, to talk about the French Revolution. I think this episode's probably already 45 minutes to an hour, so we will skip it a little bit. It's an area of great interest to me. It is a tragic story. I've already mentioned the tragedy behind it. There will be blood, right? It's going to be messy, of course, because it's a rebellion, right? Rebellion, obviously, is basically changing the system by force, right? A lot of countries have had rebellions over the year. Today, there aren't that many rebellions. They're mostly relegated to some of the Muslim countries where there's major powers that want change. Most Western culture is pretty stable, although in America today, right, things are kind of heading towards ugly times. There's so much political division. The media makes money from dividing the people, right? And think about that as a recipe. That's a disaster for a recipe. Basically, yes, I would like to order more division. We make more money that way. And of course, that's how Google and YouTube and Facebook and all that shit, all these media companies make more and more money by Americans fighting. It's a real tragedy. It's a Shakespearean tragedy, really, because Americans that have way more in common than they have apart suddenly hate each other. Very dark times. For America and for a lot of Western culture, right? There's a lot of division. People seemingly can't see eye to eye, when I'm in firm belief that almost all of that is just spun up by the media and countries that hate democracy. China, Iran, North Korea, Russia, right? These guys have, it's a known fact that they have what are called basically troll farms, where scores or dozens or hundreds of guys are sitting on computers in Facebook websites and all over the place, and they are doing one thing and one thing only: trying to sow dissension, trying to sow anger, hostility, division, because these countries, especially Russia, after the hard times they've had, they understand that they can't beat America economically, militarily. They have some success from a cyber perspective, but this is their other ploy, right? To try to basically weaken America and other Western democracies from the inside out. It's very unfortunate, but we are knee deep into it. And most people, I don't think they believe that, right? Or they don't care. Even though they know they're being manipulated by a third person, they don't seem to care, right? They still hate their fellow Americans. It's either libtards or those fuck GOP conservative. It's either fuck Joe Biden or fuck Trump, and that's a very dark place to be in. Where the fuck are you going? This companion is just running to the castle. Get over here and help me. Speaking of getting angry at your fellow clan member, this gal just got a level, and all of a sudden it looks like she's ready just to fucking kick up her feet and do nothing. Look at, she's running. Attack. This is my attack dog, and she's whimpering. I guess even attack dogs run sometimes. That was very interesting. I've never seen that behavior before. All right, so this is beautiful. The sturgeons are up there hammering the Khazate, right? That's definitely going to pull Khazate forces away from us, although it is amazing, right? There's your strength and AI mod. We just destroyed 4,000 Khazate at Lightkaran, and that was like one day later. Monchug shows up with a huge juggernaut army. Now I'm looking for looters, but I'm also kind of curious where Monchug is going. I don't really want him to double back and attack here. We would defend, of course, but I want him just to fuck off. So I'm half tracking him and I'm half looking for looters. I've been spoiled by how available looters are. I'm a little bit distressed right now that I haven't seen any. I just want to pick up a couple hundred looters and put them in Morania Castle so we can move on, right? That's going to be, again, a sort of defensive bastion for us. And if we have 400 or 500 troops in there, it'll take the enemy 3 to 5 days to siege it down, which will give us time, hopefully, to come and defend. But the parade of enemies continues here, right? There's another Aserai force coming over the cliff here, coming over the ridge, heading to Morania Castle to besiege. We're just going to fight these bitches here. We don't have a tactical advantage. We're outnumbered. We're a little bit banged up. Oh, well. Fuck it, right? In fact, we're down a couple hundred looters because we put them in the garrison. Not looters, but a couple hundred troops. So, let's see what this looks like. Do some more tactics here. And we've got a beautiful battlefield. I've fought on this battlefield before, but this is going to be an interesting battle. There's a little bit of a reverse slope decline defense, but I can't see the enemy very well because of the trees. So I think we'll choose option A1, right? Our normal strategy at this stage with this bandit army. I was wondering how this was going to start getting refined, and this is the sort of the refined product I've come up with. You're constantly adding and altering little things, but I like getting these 2nd Division off of their horses, turning them into a square, and then the reason that's beneficial is that those guys have no javelins, right? The 7th and 8th Corps have all the javelins for the horsemen, and then the 2nd Division, what they do is they become a beautiful distractionary square for all our archers, all our horse archers, all our jav cav, and our 3 different skirmisher divisions, right? The 1st, 3rd, and 6th. We've got almost 60 crossbow. In fact, all those are sort of crossbow, right? They're archers with shields. So we've got a nice defensive archer division. We're down a lot of archers because I left a bunch in Morania Castle. But I think we can still make this work to a high degree of success. So I've got this 7th Corps too. I think I'll dismount both of these cav divisions, right? I want more foot troops. Archers on foot shoot more accurately. It's not hugely more accurate, but if you don't need their mobility, you're actually better off doing what we're going to do here. All right, so I'm racing up here. We're going to put our infantry divisions, of course, in the normal positions. Archers and crossbow behind them. And then I'm going to jam the 2nd Division up into the trees here and then get the troops off so that they can be used as a distractionary square. I'm going to put them way up here. So any troops coming over this ridge, any cavalry especially, run into all these horses with no rider, and those horses will just kind of mill about the battlefield and make a mess for the enemy. Now this 7th Corps, again, let's block this right flank, right? Let's just put them in a big long line. We'll give them about 15 seconds to get to their location because, of course, they got to get there first for them to be in the right position. We got horse archers coming. Our crossbow should be able to handle them just fine over there. 2nd Division is pulled back. Let's get the 8th Corps over here to help counter these guys. 7th Corps can also be told to dismount. We'll put them at the farthest back, right? Those guys are the most vulnerable. The little mounted pillagers, the tier 2 archers. And here the enemy comes, right? And they're wading right through all the horses. They're probably like, what the fuck is this? And now the javelins start to fly, right? Now the arrows, the crossbow bolts, they're charging down into it. They're going to get mangled. All right, 2nd Division into a square. We'll position it just offset to the enemy. You can feed it here too. There's nothing wrong with that. And now we'll start to spread out the 1st, 3rd, and 6th. Where's the 6th? Oh shit, I lost track of where they are. Even experienced commanders, that happens. Fortunately, it looks like most of them are going to be able to get out of there. We're going to have to kite more with the 5th. We're being scorched. Oh no, those are our horse archers. Beautiful. Our 8th Corps is just fucking chasing after their archers. Or their horse archers. It's back to 5th up here. Oh shit, a big heavy cav charge just bowled through our fucking archers. But not too many deaths, right? At least not yet. Oops, I spoke too soon. The mounted ransackers got immolated. God, that's a lot of death spam. But our skirmishers are now separated on both sides of the enemy. You guys have seen this by now. I imagine you guys, even the guys who have a hard time seeing the battle, you guys now see this clearly, right? We've done this tactic probably 4 or 5 times in the last 4 or 5 episodes. Basically every episode, in fact twice for this episode, it's not a traditional kill box, but it's a modified kill box because we're feeding them that 2nd Division. Those guys are sacrificial. And don't forget what kind of units those are. Those are mounted pillagers, the horsemen without a javelin. Those guys are free because every time we see looters, they have 50 or 100 of them, and we can just restock their units. Fuck. Somebody hit me hard in the leg. That stings. But now we can just bore in here with these infantry divisions and run this infantry division over. They're greatly weakened. They're trying to reform, although they have skirmishers too. So I got to avoid a javelin in the face here. But it's time to butcher these bitches. It's chaos. There's horses fucking crashing to the ground and charging into our midst. But Hugh the Hammer is engaged, and the enemy melts. Where's the rest of their troops? All right, let's keep their archers busy with the 8th Corps. You ain't making it out of here, Militia, or Manavliaton. Motherfuckers are dead. Let's start pushing up at the 1st, 3rd, and 6th Corps. We've got 3 different bands of infantry. I want to basically try to trap those archers, although I can't see them. So we're just going to move up our infantry divisions here and try to press in. The enemy will have reinforcements coming over that ridge, but if we can hold that ridge, that'll prevent their archers from setting up. We can put some pressure on them and then butcher whatever else comes out of the forest. It's kind of a blind fight. I see the numbers. It says they have 365 infantry, but I can't see them. Here they come through the trees. It's a really dynamic battlefield. This is one of the best parts of Bannerlord, is all the different battlefields. For all the things that Tailworld's fucked up, they did a really good job of providing variety, unique tactical opportunities, all kinds of hills and ridges. It looks real. This feels like a real battlefield. And of course, as a tactician, I'm just in love, right? This is glorious. All right, lots of infantry coming down. We've got 3 different infantry divisions, and we have archer support. A cav division is on the enemy's flank, hopefully attacking their archers. Where's the rest of their infantry? Oh shit, they've got a thick press at the top. They kind of held them back for a charge. That's a lot of infantry up there. Fuck. That's a lot more than I expected. Our guys are getting raked. Well, we might have charged the Lion's Den here a bit. I kind of figured their troops would charge downhill. Instead, they kind of rallied, and now they're going berserk. They're chasing me around. Where's the rest of my infantry? I may not have any. We may have to fight this out with what we have, right? Because, of course, we had way less troops than the enemy in this battle. So a little bit messy here, but some of our lower-level units and archers and skirmishers and whatnot that are not part of the 1st, 3rd, and 6th are arriving. And making some gains here now, making some hay. Very bloody, though. God, the enemy has a lot of troops. I mean, what were we outnumbered by? 500, right? And we've got them on the run now, finally. But this was a little harder than I expected. Partly it's information, right? That's one of the most important thing for any tactician, any battlefield commander is information. And I couldn't see the enemy very well there. Get the fuck out of here. These Aserai light archers are always fucking absolute samurais with their little tiny sword. And we will wrap this battle up here. Although they look like they're rallying for another fucking attempt to charge. These are mostly archers. It seems like they're routing. Hit right in the back of the head. All right, let's charge these bitches. Let's make them run. This guy's picking up arrows like a dipshit. They are charging. Oh, you bitches. Charge. Let's fucking teach these guys a lesson here. Yeah, you guys better think twice. Get out of here with your little fucking axe. Trash talk some split your... They're charging again. They must have some high-level lords here with good leadership because these guys are dead men and they charged like 3 or 4 times at the end of this battle. Now we've just got to pursue. I don't need these guys charging again. We'll get some gratuitous kills here at the end of this episode. Teach them for fighting. And this battle is finally wrapped up. Man, this has been a non-stop episode. I think it's about time to wrap it up. But a continually good story, right? Being painted in this campaign. Reinforcements are on the way, right? Hint, hint. Things are going to get a little bit easier for us, but we're fighting 4 different kingdoms with bandits, minor clans, militia. This has been a hell of a challenge, but we've had just enough strength and tactics to keep pushing through. This is beautiful. There were lake rats in there. That means for sure we're going to get some prisoners here. We really need to restock the prisoners. Even better, they had 100 troops held prisoners. You know, they attacked some looters and took some prisoner. Where's the lake rats? There better be some. Here we go. Lake Rat Wreckers. We'll take a bunch of these guys. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread these guys out on our companions, and they'll recruit Lake Rats as well, right? It's a slow process, but you'll still get Lake Rats as prisoners. Very valuable in a campaign like this. Get another large bag of Jareeds, right? Those are useful, right? Having 7 javelins is very nice. Even if you're smithing, you don't always get those where it's 7. So we'll take that and... Let's see, how do I want to end this episode? That fucking band of looters is not only running away from us, but I'm urgent to get back to Morania Castle. I need some looters nearby Morania Castle, so we're going to spread out some units here, head back to Morania Castle, and wrap this episode up. You know, what kind of help do we have in this campaign? I learned early on, I did a little bit of Reddit and stuff like that, that if I make a player clan, right? Say I take... Talia Willowbark. Damn, they are beating down Sonala. If I take Talia Willowbark and say, okay, you know, you're now ennobled or whatever, right? I give her a fief. Unfortunately, she will recruit traditional troops. She'll recruit some of the My Little Warband troops, but she'll also recruit traditional troops, which is a major bummer because I don't want to fight with those, right? So she's either on her own like that and out of our army, and I don't want to do that, or we just can't do it at all. That's why I haven't made a player clan. Obviously, we have enough possessions now with all these cities and castles to make a minor clan, not a minor clan, a player clan. But I haven't done that because of that dynamic. God, these enemies just pop up like fucking mushrooms. I look away for... That was like one day, and there's already another Aserai force swarming here. And of course, part of that, again, is the mod we're using, right? The Strengthen AI mod. They instantly get a bunch of troops, and the next thing you know, the enemies come pouring in on you. All right, we won't complain like a bitch. We're going to wrap this episode up, right? These are settings I've chosen for this to make it difficult, and it has been difficult. Difficult and fun. That's how we like it here. We do have some insane looters coming soon to a theater near you. Of course, if you want to see more from this campaign, fellas, you want to subscribe, please hit that like button. You can leave any kind of comment you want, right? It's always good for the channel to leave a few comments. It brings more people here and helps them find this. With all that said, fellas, I will see you guys next time.